up.
team from
And don't block the wires.
Number 2, Caitlin Rasmussen. Now for the starters. Number 3, Olivia Knockbauer. Number 4, Lauren Richter. Number 5, Paige Spittler. Number 9, Shannon Egan. Number 10, Emily Knockbauer. Number 11, Sam Bashaw. Number 13, Haley Moore. Number 16, Alice Clark. Number 17, Christina Durgan. Number 19, Clara Giroux. And goalkeeper, Kelly Ryan. The Knights are coached by Jason Fenner and assisted by Patrick McCullough. Now for the home team, your Chazy Eagles. Number 5, Heidi Krekel. Number 11, Maritza St. John Lester. Number 12, Paige Barcombe. Number 13, Christine Pilon. Number 15, Kaylee Bayshard. Number 16, Bailey Soffer. Number 19, Kaylee Laporte. Number 23, Stephanie Daniel. Number 26, Gwen Lapierre. Now for the starters. Number 1, Rachel Condrio. Number 4, Shelby Daniel. Number 7, Megan Reynolds. Number 10, Amber Kalansky. Number 18, Bailey Pepper. Number 20, Hannah Warren. Number 21, Kenan Latrimore. Number 22, Olivia Blaze. Number 24, Courtney Gilmore. Number 28, Abby Snide. And goalkeeper, Logan Baker. The Eagles are coached by Karen Sherman Turnblade. The officials for tonight's game are Jeff Dickinson and Derek Bodette. Now may everyone please stand and remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
Well, welcome North Country soccer fans. You saw the introduction. You saw the introduction of the players, the national anthem, and it is the 13th of October, 2012. It is a night game here on the George Brendler Field on a beautiful fall Saturday night. There is no wind whatsoever to speak of. It's probably in the mid to low 40s here, and I'm Joey Trombley, and on the camera is Calvin Castine, the founding father of Hometown Cable, and we're in for an exciting game today in Class D action here in Division II between the Chazy Eagles and the Seton Catholic Knights. They just played less than a week ago, and Chazy won that game down at Seton Catholic, but it was a very good game. Chazy won that game 3-1, but it was Seton Catholic striking the first blood as they scored first, but then Chazy came back through the rest of the game to score the next 3 goals. And Chazy is a game behind in Division II. Their lone loss has come to Lake Placid, and they'll actually head off to Lake Placid on Tuesday of this coming week. So they're the second place in the division. Lake Placid is actually have the numbers this year. They're a C school, so come playoff time, Lake Placid, if they win the division, will move on into the C bracket, and Chazy, of course, will be in the D bracket.
And Seton will be in the C's.
And Seton will be into the C bracket. And these two teams could face each other again come playoff time. They're two quality teams. And
No, Seton's a C.
oh, Seton goes to C too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought they were D with their numbers, but they're C also. Okay. So Seton will be obviously in the same bracket with Lake Placid then. So this will be the last time that Chazy and Seton plays for this year. And Chazy is the defending two-time state champions, and they would like nothing more than to make it back to the Final Four, but they got their work cut out for them. You got to get through the section first, and once you get by the section, then they have to head off. Well, actually, Section 10 will be coming to the Plattsburgh Sports Complex this year on November 10th for that regional championship game, and it's looking, if it goes true to form, it's looking like it may be Chateaugay from Section 10 if they get out of their section coming into the regional play, and Chazy if they can get out of their section. So it could theoretically be a Chazy-Chateaugay matchup in the regional championship game, but we have a long way to go. We're just kind of giving a little foresight as to what is going to be happening in the future, and playoffs start actually next week. This is the last week of the regular season coming here, and then after this coming week, the playoffs start, and then it's all or nothing. If you win, you move on. If you lose, the season comes to an end, and you get ready for the next season, which is basketball if you play it. So right now, one thing I noticed on the lineup, Calvin, is number 6, Madison Murnane, does not look to be on the roster here tonight. So I'm just wondering where she's at, because she's one of their top quality players, and I'll have to talk to Coach there at halftime to see what's going on there.
Well, before Jason gave me the lineup, he said I'll cross off the ones who aren't here, and I said don't bother as long as I got everybody who is here. I don't care who's not here, but
Right.
yeah, they've only got one person on the bench, so that's really not good.
No, I mean, early on, Seton, you would think if Chazy can withstand the first 15, 20 minutes, there's a nice cross, that at some point Seton will tire, and Chazy can use their depth and their speed to take advantage of that, and that's Blaze with the ball. But before the game started, I want to give a shout out to Pat McAuliffe. Well, actually, you have Jason Fenner and Pat McAuliffe. Jason is the coach, Pat McAuliffe is the assistant coach, and these are two former Chazy alumni coaching the Seton Catholic girls. And Pat McAuliffe made a donation to Hometown Cable.
That's right. And so we appreciate Pat. He said it was from the team, but we know it's from his own pocket. But we appreciate that, and invite everybody to join the bandwagon and help support this programming.
Well, you know, I know we're early into this program, but you know what? I will look for the appeal now. And as we talk about Pat McAuliffe stepping up and making a donation to Hometown Cable, Pat basically said to Calvin, listen, you know, a lot of the girls don't have access to Hometown Cable on TV. They can through the internet, through Hometown Cable Network. And if the girls do get a copy of this game, they just got to go to Hometown Cable Network and they can see this game on the internet. But here's an opportunity to support Hometown Cable and to preserve these hometown memories. And Calvin has over 8,000 of these programs posted.
250.
Well, 8,250 to be exact. Calvin just gave me the update. And he has thousands more to post, plus all the new stuff he does every day or every week. And we talked earlier today when we did the Northeastern Clinton and the Chazy Boys JV boy game, and he does about 10 new programs a week. And then, of course, sometimes Sam steps up and does a couple things, and so you had all that stuff. Here's an opportunity, and the goalie comes out of the net, and Pombrio was almost there. So some action here in the Seton end here. Chazy putting some pressure on, and that ball will go over the end line. But constantly posting new stuff and putting the old stuff on, and that's what we're talking about, hometown memories. Over the past 27 years, Calvin has captured many. 29, I'm off a couple of years, a decade or two, what does it matter? But over the years, he has put so many programs, he has captured so many programs, I should say, not only from sporting events to natural disasters that have happened, to businesses, to local neighbors, and things that go on in the North Country that you never would have known were going on if it wasn't for Calvin. And of course, it started way back when he brought in Bob Venn, and now it's Gordy Little, who's been doing it for 15 years, and Bob was about 5 years, was it 7 years?
About 7, yeah.
About 7 years. So there's a lot of excellent programming, and Calvin makes his living doing this. This is what he does, and it's not state supported, it's not taxpayer supported, the federal or state level.
Big Bird may get some money, but I don't.
Big Bird may get money, but that would be true.
He's a lot richer than I am.
Well, they say Big Bird makes about, I don't know, about $300,000 a year.
Yeah.
So if you can send a donation to 1477 Ridge Road, Champlain, New York, 12919, or go to hometowncablenetwork.com or plattsburgh.com, and you can make a donation through their PayPal account. Calvin would be very much appreciated. And if you're a business watching this, a couple things. If you'd like to be highlighted with your business to let people know what you're doing, give Calvin a call at 298-4663, and he'll schedule a Talkin' Business segment that I do with Calvin once a week. We'd be more than happy to get you on there. And if you want to give any consideration to advertising on Hometown Cable, the rates are very, very good. We have been supporters for well over 2 decades now between Kavanaugh Realty and Northern Blacktopping. And so it is good, it's cheap, it's great exposure, and you may want to give some consideration to that. So Calvin, we got to it early, but the timing was perfect to bring that up.
It's always a good time.
It's always a good time. But the folks watching this game want to know a little bit more about this game and what's happening here. If you're just joining us, it is we're about 8 minutes into the first half. We don't have any scores. Actually, no shots on net. It's been pretty much a midfield play. And right now the ball is controlled by Basha. Basha has it knocked away by Gagno, trying to find Blaze, and it goes out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in here for the Knights, and it's Olivia Knockbauer with the throw in here for Seton Catholic. Coming in, trying to find the feet of Basha, gets by her, and it goes on to the feet of Clara Giroux. And it's now picked up by number 5, Paige Spittler. Spittler working down the near sideline, pushing it over to Basha. Basha outside the 18, getting the ball up over to Clara Giroux. Kicking it toward the net, coming off her line is the goalie, and that would be Logan Baker. So Baker will take her time, work her way to the 18-yard line. And Baker with a medium-sized punt onto the foot of Latchmore over to Reynolds, or Olivia Blaze, I mean. She sends it across the field onto Shelby Gagno's feet, and she's being challenged by Durgan. But she pushes it up, and coming off the line is the goalie, Kelly Ryan, for Seton Catholic. We have 31 minutes here left in the half. Ball about midfield. Seton Catholic trying to control. It looked like it might have been a handball, but no call. And a slip there, and it's picked up by a number, it looked like Latchmore trying to get to the ball. Gagno to Latchmore, goes to the open space, gets by everyone, and now it's picked up by Richter. Richter sends it up toward midfield. And on the ball's on the far sideline, and it's Pombrio. She pushes it back over to Gagno. Gagno tried to keep it in, and she doesn't. And the officials here tonight, let me see where they are. On the near sideline here is Derek Badette, and on the far sideline is Jeff Dickinson, calling today's action here at the George Brendler Field. And it's, go ahead, Calvin.
One of the things is the kids should let the refs make the calls. Durgan, about a minute ago, there almost made the call there when that ball bounced up and hit her hand. She just kind of said, "I did a handball here. Did you notice?" She was let the refs make the calls. Just get a handball, just keep playing. Let them blow the whistle.
Yep, that's what you do. And here you are. It's number 18. It's Bailey Pepper. Does a nice job into the open space. Coming over is Blaze. Blaze goes into the open space, but coming over hard for Seton was Haley Moore, but a good job by Hannah Lauren. Lauren trying to split the defense. She has some nice speed, and Lauren trying to chip it to the center of the field. She goes onto the foot of Shelby Gagno, pushes it back to Latchmore, and Seton sets up the wall, and they do a good job defensively to clear it out, but it's picked up by number 18, Bailey Pepper. Pepper loses it, now controlled by the Knights. At midfield, it's Clara Giroux. She gets the ball over to, actually it's Clara Giroux with the ball now, trying to get it onto Paige Spittler. It's Spittler, and it's number 7 for Chazy. It would be Megan Reynolds. She sends it back, so Reynolds is back into the sweeper position tonight.
I guess Hack is injured and might be out for the season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear what was the story on that.
I can't remember, but I do know that she's got some problems and might not be back this year. That'd be a big loss.
We'll have to talk. Yeah, she's done a great job for them back there, and of course Megan has played that position for a couple years, so she's no stranger to the sweeper position. So Megan Reynolds back on the sweeper, but they do lose some offense when you do that.
Right. You're filling in for a good defensive player, so you got to put another good defensive player back there, and that takes somebody off the front.
And Megan can play offense or defense, as we've seen here many times. Ball controlled here by the Eagles. And it goes on to the foot of Latrimore. She comes over to Pepper. Pepper has Olivia Blaze tried to push it up to her, and it's knocked away by number 11, Bashaw. Bashaw and Pepper battling, and it's knocked out by Olivia Knockbauer. So a throw in for Chazy deep into Seton Catholic territory with 27:55 to go here in the first half. And the ball goes off the head of Lauren back out of bounds. So a throw in for Seton Catholic deep in their end. And it looks like Knockbauer will take the throw in here for Seton Catholic. And the ball is in. And it was crossed out, and there's the header. And nice job by Pombrio heading the ball, but the goalie, Kelly Ryan, did a nice job playing her line there. She makes the save rather easily. And the Spittler kicks it back, trying to find the feet of it looks like number 12 out there, Calvin, and I'm just trying to see if I see a 12 out there. And I'm not sure who number 12 is, Calvin.
Not on the list.
What's that?
It's not on the list.
No, there's no 12. Let me see again. Nope. So we'll find out who that is. And there's a big booming kick. Clara Giroux on it, trying to get the ball from Spittler, but Abby Snide does a nice job taking the ball away from her. She goes far aside trying to find Shelby Gagno. Gagno pushes it up over to Latrimore. Latrimore has some space, sends it through, but nobody's there. And number 10, it was a Knockbauer pushing over to the far side onto the feet of Durgan. Durgan sends it into Chazy territory, but it looks like Polomsky. Polomsky with the ball, taking it into the offensive territory. It's Polomsky making some moves. Polomsky trying to get by another player, but a good job defensively by the Knights, and it's picked up by Spittler. And that was number 12 who did a nice job. And Coach Trombley, who's number 12 for Seton? Yeah, far side. Yeah, there's no 12 on it.
Guys, who's number 12 on your team? It's not on your roster. Isn't that illegal?
Foul shot.
We're trying to find out who number 12 is, so we got the coaches talking to each other. Shannon Egan, okay. So Shannon Egan is number 12. I'll have to remember that one.
She's listed as number 9.
She's listed as number 9, okay. So she is on the roster, just the wrong number.
Doing such a good job, they gave her a higher number.
Yeah. That's okay, she's on the roster. Jason just says, is this where we apologize?
No one will ever know.
Yeah. No one watches this program anyway. So it's Shannon Egan.
And the Eagans are fine supporters of Hometown Cable, so
Okay, there you are.
so we got to make sure we get her name on.
Absolutely. Hope you aren't watching fire trucks go by when she's playing, Calvin.
Kim said they laugh.
What's that? You saw Kim?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, she told me that too. They said they're cracking up at 12:30 in the morning. They're watching it. And Blaze trying to control the ball. It's Blaze. Olivia Blaze still with the ball. She'll push it back. Smart play. Goes all the way back over to Polomsky. Amber Polomsky will switch fields. Finds Pepper. Bailey Pepper will now work her way to the 18. It's Pepper pushing it up over to Lauren. Lauren getting the shot off. Oh, what a shot by Hannah Lauren. And some players just have the knack to finish, and Hannah's one of those people. And quite frankly, Kelly Ryan was screened on that play, and it found the back of the net at the 24:01 mark, and Chazy goes up 1-0. And Bailey Pepper gets the assist on that one. Hannah Lauren finds the back of the net, and Chazy draws first blood here.
And you jinxed us. There's a siren blowing.
Calvin, keep the camera on the game.
What we're talking about is the JV girls were playing here, Beekmantown, and ambulances were going by, 4 or 5 ambulances, and I was trying to get a shot of an ambulance going by, and the younger Villamera girl scored a goal.
And you didn't have it on tape?
No, but that was a good accident up by Trombley Lane.
Yeah, well, the Villamers were good supporters up to that point.
They've supported us since then, too.
They got a kick out of that, actually.
Yeah. And the nice part is nobody was seriously hurt, though there was people hurt.
At the accident, yeah. And the ball is at midfield. And it is Egan with the ball pushing up over to Clara Giroux. Giroux trying to find Spittler, and it's controlled by Abby Snide. Snide trying to go to the far or the near sideline here, but it's picked up by Bashaw. Bashaw over to Spittler. Spittler with the ball, looking to switch fields. Looking for somebody. So she has time. She's trying to push it up, intercepted by Polomsky. Polomsky's got a lot of space, working her way up toward midfield. It's Polomsky trying to get a through ball to Lauren. Lauren has some nice speed, but hustling back there is number 13, Haley Moore. And Moore knocks it out of bounds. Smart play by Moore, giving the chance for the defense to get back to set up with 22:15 to go. It's Chazy leading Seton 1-0. It's Olivia Blaze with the throw in here for Chazy, trying to find Courtney Gilmore, and Pepper sends it to the top of the 18, and it's pushed back. It was to Latchimore, from Pombrio to Latchimore, and the ball deflects over to the hands of Ryan. Ryan with the punt here for Seton. Nice punt, just shy of midfield, controlled by Spittler, but knocked away by Gilmore, and now it's onto the foot of Shelby Gagno. Gagno over to Gilmore, trying to find Latchimore, or actually Pombrio, and Chazy trying to control, but it's now knocked into Chazy territory. Abby Snyder will look to control. She just sends it up over to Pepper. Pepper with the ball, has some space, sends it up, finding Gilmore. Gilmore now trying to push it through, and it just goes through the to the hands of Ryan. I think she was trying to get that to Hannah Lauren, just a little too far ahead, and there's the punt by Ryan. And it's controlled by Spittler, pushes it back over into the Egan. Ball at midfield, controlled by the Eagles, picked up by Reynolds. Reynolds comes over to the near sideline, over to Pepper. Pepper working her way to midfield, pushing it up over to Latchimore. Latchimore has it knocked away by Egan. It's Egan and Latchimore battling for the ball, and it's pushed away and picked up by Polomsky. Polomsky does a nice job. Now she'll send it up, getting it on the foot of Pombrio, but it's knocked away defensively by Seton, picked up by Amber Polomsky. She sends it back up toward the 18. Pombrio trying to get the ball. Pombrio gets a long shot off, and it is Kelly Ryan with the save. Shots are favoring the Eagles 6-1. And there's a big booming kick into Chazy territory, and it looks like Seton's trying to play for that break. And it is Latchimore. Takes the ball off of Bashaw. And Bashaw comes back and takes Latchimore down.
Good job, good stuff.
So we have a direct kick here for Chazy. And here Reynolds chipping, nice chip into the 18. goes right off the head of 16. That would have been Clark, Alice Clark. So we have a goal kick here for Seton with 19:30 to go. The score favoring Chazy 1-0, and I think the Mickey Fry tent is going tonight, Calvin, or is it?
I don't know. No. Wasn't much activity over there earlier.
No, it doesn't look like it's going, does it?
Don't smell them.
No, I don't see the beautiful aroma.
The cloud of grease.
The cloud of no trans fat here, Calvin. No trans fat.
Corn oil.
Yeah, exactly. And I see the Giroux wait till the last moment before they take their corn down here. They want to keep
Dribble across there, Bailey.
the setting here for these games.
Ambiance.
Except it's a little more brown now than it was when we first started the games here.
Well, they could paint the first few rows for us. Food coloring.
Nice play by Reynolds. Blaze trying to keep it in. She can't. So we have throw in here for Seton. And the ball comes into Spittler. Spittler takes it by Latchmore. It's Spittler. Spittler looking to get a shot off. And they want to get the long shots off. And nice save by the goalie, Logan Baker. And Baker did the right thing there on a hard shot like that. Especially on a night like today, don't try to catch it. It can go through your hands. She just knocked it over the net. So nice play by Baker.
Well, used one hand to deflect it, and to me, using one hand, it can go in one of 4 directions, and 3 of them aren't good.
That was a hard shot. If you try to catch it, though,
but I would have used both hands just to make sure it went up.
Here goes the corner. And nice drops into the box, but nobody's there to pick it up. And it is Claire Giroux trying to get around the defense. And it is some nice touches here by the Lady Eagles. It's Gilborn pushing it up over to Lauren. She has Blaze to her right. She has Pombrio to her left. She sends it through, trying to get Blaze. Blaze trying to work her way through. Blaze being pushed off the ball by number 16, Alice Clark. So good defensive play by Clark to keep Blaze from breaking in. So it will be a corner kick here.
Okay, this is unnecessary. I haven't even gotten
And Kinnan Latchmore looking to take the corner kick here. You know, Calvin, it's remarkably warm tonight.
Well, it's not warm, but it's
Well, yeah. No. And there's the feed in the box, and it goes off the head of Spittler. And Polomsky steps up. Polomsky trying to push it up, but it's stepping up was Bashaw. Pepper getting it by Bashaw. Can she keep it in? And she can't. Good effort by Pepper, but the ball works its way out. And a throw in here for the Knights. And it will be Knockbauer taking the throw in here. Olivia Knockbauer. Ball goes off the head of Spittler. And it is Pepper. She'll switch fields all the way over to Gagno. Shelby Gagno with the ball, pushes it back. And the ball sent up, trying to find Blaze. Blaze chested up over to Lauren. Lauren looking now to feed it. She chips it. It goes off the defense. Ryan calls for it. And Ryan gets it.
Keep on going that way, girl. You went so far.
So she'll work her way to the 18.
See what she did? She said it was warm out, and all of a sudden a mosquito attacked me.
There you are, Calvin. I told you. You don't see that too often in mid-October.
Except for last year.
In October? Were we seeing mosquitoes?
I think so. Seemed like we were seeing them in November. I don't know.
Both ways.
And the ball comes into the foot of Pepper, just gets by her. And now it's picked up by Basha. Giroux.
Flyover right now too.
Oh yes, we have the Geese just adding to the ambiance of this game here. And it is.
As long as they don't drop any ambiance.
Well, we're fine.
Yeah.
We're protected. And the ball is headed by Clara Giroux. And Reynolds far side over to Polomsky. Polomsky at midfield. Has some space. And she'll kick it through, and there's too far. Coach Trombley looking for a little more control. And the punt shy of midfield. But over there is Durgan. Gagnon takes it away from her. Splits the defense. Gagnon trying to get by another defensive player. She does. Now she sends it into the box. And Gilmore trying to control. Gilmore's got a hard shot, and it goes wide right. So we have 13:44 to go. It is 1-0 if you're just joining us. Chazy on top of the Knights from Seton Catholic. Pombrio coming out of the game, and we have Stephanie Gagnon going into the game here for the Eagles. And there's a kick by Ryan. Off the head of Blaze, knocked away by number 13 Moore. It's Spittler and Gilmore both hitting the ball. Back onto the foot of Spittler. Spittler sending it into Chazy territory. Reynolds is there, and Reynolds takes it away from Clara Giroux. And the ball going to the near sideline. And Blaze doing a nice job, and it goes off of Knockbauer, so a throw in here for Chazy, and quickly Blaze gets the ball into Shelby Gagnon. Gagnon sends it in toward the goalie.
Way too far, Shelby. Come on, defeat.
12:41 to go here in the first half. Chazy up 1-0. I'm Joey Trombley calling the game. On the camera is Calvin Castine, the founding father himself, and is the 13th of October 2012, and we are in a beautiful night here at the George Brendler Field in Chazy. The field is in impeccable condition here this late into the season. And right now the ball is controlled by the Knights. And it is Bashaw. Bashaw with some nice speed being guarded by Pepper. Pepper knocks it away from Bashaw. And it'll be a throw in here for Seton Catholic. Halfway into Chazy territory. And the ball comes into the foot of Knockbauer. Bauer sends it back to Bashaw. And it's controlled by Knockbauer. And she tried to find Bashaw, but it goes out of bounds. So a throw in here quickly for the Eagles off the head of Latchmore onto the foot of Spittler. Spittler has an opportunity. And Baker's there, just missing Clara Giroux coming in hard. But Baker's there for the save. And the ball headed by Stephanie Gagnon to herself. Gagnon with the ball, pushing it back over to Polomsky. Polomsky with some space. Now sending it up, trying to find Shelby Gagnon. Back into Chazy territory, picked up by Spittler. And now it goes off of Polomsky. Polomsky cannot keep it in. So it'll be a throw in here for the Knights with 11 minutes to go in the first half. Only a 1-0 game. And we have not a bad crowd for a Saturday night. A lot of people on the fence line. Probably too cold to sit on the bleachers. But it's really not that bad. Yeah, or a blanket, yeah. And Snide pushes it back to Polomsky. Polomsky just sends it out of bounds. So Chazy will readjust defensively here as Spittler will take the throw-in on the far sideline here for Seton Catholic. Spittler down the line trying to find Clark. And it is another throw in here for Seton Catholic. And there's Latchmore. Ball controlled by Giroux, it looks like, or no, it's number 11, I think, Bashaw. Blaze pushes it back to Pepper. Pepper trying to find Blaze. But there is Knockbauer taken away by Latchmore. Latchmore pushing it over to the far side on the foot of Stephanie Gagno. Gagno with the ball, getting it up to Shelby. But too far ahead of her, and it's cleared out toward midfield onto the foot of Giroux. Giroux has it knocked away, and it's picked up again by Latchmore. Latchmore and Giroux pushes to the far sideline. Stephanie Gagno. She sends it up over to Shelby Gagno. Shelby trying to get to the ball, trying to keep it in, and she does a nice job sending it across. And there's a hard shot, and there's a chip in. Ball headed up and cleared out, and the Knights look like they might have dodged a bullet on that one. Between Lauren and Blaze, they just came close, but could not find the back of the net. And there was a rip. Oh, what a shot. Courtney Gilmore steps up and just drills a bullet into the upper right-hand corner at the 8:55 mark here left in the half. And Courtney Gilmore does have a bullet for a shot, and boy, she picked that corner. Karen, you want to give somebody an assist on that or no? He didn't see it, no.
Get in! Any assist?
Okay.
No assist.
No assist. We got that from the official, from the coach, and the players. That was all Courtney Gilmore.
Yep.
So we have a 2-0 Chazy lead with 8:40 to go, and Blaze knocks it out of bounds.
Chazy goal scored by number 24, Courtney Gilmore. The goal was on.
And Knockbauer gets it off the head of Clara Giroux. And it is snide. Up over to Pepper. Pepper will switch fields. It takes it to the center of the field. And it's Pepper trying to get through the players, but it's knocked away by the defense. Just misses Latchmore's head. Latchmore pushes it up. Knockbauer with the ball. And here comes Giroux, Clara Giroux, with the ball for Seton. Giroux trying to get by Pepper. She does. Pepper trying to contain. And Giroux sends it toward the 18, and it's picked up by Blaze. Blaze has some space. And it goes off her foot out of bounds, so throw in here for Seton. And it is Knockbauer with the throw in here for the Knights. She sends it off the head of Giroux, off the head of Olivia Blaze, off Giroux. Now it'll be a throw in here for Chazy. And the ball comes into Lauren, over to Latchmore. Picked up by Gagno. Stephanie Gagno with the ball, has some space. Going all the way over to Shelby Gagno. Gagno being challenged, knocked away onto the foot of Spittler. Spittler with the ball. Sending it up, intercepted by Snide. Abby Snide with the ball for Chazy. Has some space, pushing it up, trying to find Gilmore. Gilmore then gets it up over to Lauren. Lauren with the ball. Chipping it up, trying to find Blaze. Blaze going out there, and coming off the line is Ryan. So with 6:49 to go, Chazy up with a 2-0 lead. And it is a horse race this year in the division between Lake Placid and Chazy. Lake Placid having a game up here in Division 2 on them, as that's the only defeat for the Eagles this year in league play in overtime. And it is Blaze trying to fight through that defense, but cleared up, picked up by Gilmore. Gilmore trying to battle for the ball. Knocks away, and Pepper gets a long shot, and Ryan's there. So 6:08 to go here left in the first half. It's 2-0 Chazy. I'm Joey Trombley along with Calvin Castine, bringing you this game here on the 13th of October 2012. And Calvin, it seems like the crowd's gotten a little bit bigger as the game has gone on here. And there's the shot. Oh, nice save. Good shot by Gagno. Nice save by the goalie Ryan.
They're getting bigger because they're visiting the concession stand.
Well, and I see there's lights under the Mickey fries, so I think the Mickey fries are
Well,
gone.
maybe so.
Well, depending on how long the halftime is, you may have another edition of the Mickey fries. You said earlier today you had your fill this year.
Okay. And
I think Judy said, Calvin, you get like 2 a year, and you got to pick and choose your games.
Yep. Spread it out.
Spread it out.
I had one in September and one in October.
And you had 5 like a bonus fries there.
Yeah.
I noticed that they're all gone, so I'm thinking the Seagulls pretty much got to them. There's a few left over from last week, Calvin. Down below.
No, they were gone the other night. Those must be
Fresh
those are leaves.
Oh, okay.
I looked the next night and they were all gone.
You did? Here goes Reynolds. Oh, off the head of Lauren. And pushes it back to Gilmore, and Gilmore gets the shot off, but Ryan is there. And a nice booming punt by Ryan. And it's Clara Giroux being chased by Snide. Pushing up, trying to find Spittler. And Polomsky, far side. Polomsky got some space, pushed it up over to Gilmore. Gilmore trying to get by the defense. Gilmore with some space. Yes, Gilmore chipping it up, trying to find Lauren and Gagno. And Gagno trying to get the shot off. But a nice job by number 4, Richter, to keep her away. Lauren Richter. So we have under 4 minutes to go here in the half. And it's Polomsky. Over to the near side, over to Bailey Pepper. Pepper has it knocked away, but she stays with it. And it goes onto the foot of Spittler. Spittler with the ball. Back over trying to find Haley Moore. And it is Lauren. But defensively it's pushed back by Clark. And kicked out by Ryan. But Chazy putting some good pressure on with a 2-0 lead here with 3:19 to go in the first half. They've outshot Seton 9-2, and the corner kicks favor the Eagles 2-1, and they lead where it matters most on the scoreboard, 2-0. And there's a nice kick up into the Chazy territory, and it's Clara Giroux. She's by herself with 3 Eagles over there. She needs some help. Spittler's coming out to help, as well as number 11 Bashaw, but it's taken away by the Chazy defense. And Latchmore one-times it up over to the open space. It is Pepper. Pepper has a lot of time. And Pepper, surveying the situation, pushes it up over to Gilmore. Gilmore will control. Chips it up to the near sideline over to Blaze. Blaze pushing it back over to Lauren. Lauren does a nice job. Lauren trying to split that defense. And here comes Blaze. And good job defensively, but coming from behind is Lauren. Lauren getting a shot up, and it goes into the hands of Ryan as we're approaching the 2-minute mark. Just under the foot of Pepper, onto the foot of Giroux. Trying to find Spittler, but it's Abby Snide. Snide working away to the far sideline, being chased by Spittler. Trying to find Gagno.
If you guys turn it off.
And it goes out of bounds, so throw in here for Chazy. Stephanie Gagno getting the throw in. Goes off the Seton defense, so Gagno advances the ball through the another throw in. And Latchmore gets it up over to Gagno. Gagno pushing it up, trying to find Shelby Gagno. It will go out of bounds again, so we got 1:24 to go. Ball in Seton territory, throw in for the Eagles. It's Gagno. Trying to find Latchmore. Or actually trying to find Gagno. So Gagno to Gagno.
Where's Victoria and Jess?
Ball comes back in. That goes off of Latchmore. And it goes out again. So we have a minute here left in the first half.
Especially Jessica. They want to go anywhere with us. They're going to start committing. Like, I mean, like, trip.
And it is a goal kick.
All of a sudden, they come around when it's trip time. She's over there.
45.
44 seconds here left.
I would have found out. She's over there when she said she'd do this.
And Ryan with 37 seconds taking her time.
And she doesn't need to go to the regionals and all that, right? Get out of school, that.
And Chazy will get another throw in here with 27 seconds to go.
Because she's hanging out with Graham.
And the ball goes out, so it'll be a throw in here for Seton. So this first half looks like it will come to a close. Chazy leading 2-0.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
And
3, 2, 1.
the first half has officially come to an end. Chazy leading Seton 2-0. And we're ready to start the second half here. The Eagles with a 2-0 lead. And the Eagles will now be going from right to left. Far sideline is Pepper. And it's controlled here by the Eagles, the Knights. And it's number 11, Bashaw. And right at midfield will be Olivia Blaze with the throw in here for Chazy. She gets it onto the foot of, now they've taken Reynolds, they moved her up front. They put Abby Snide in the sweeper position. And they got Paige Barcombe, it looks like, starting here on the left fullback position. The stopper position we have, it would be Kenan Lachimore, and then on the right fullback is Amber Polomsky. And Pepper looks like she's been moved up to the midfield. Or actually, it's Polomsky looks like she's the stopper, and the midfield is Lachimore. So Lachimore is battling, well, it looks like, no, Shannon Egan. I said there's number 12, but it's Shannon Egan. Number 9 on the roster, but she has 12 on the uniform. So I'm glad we got that clarified. So those well-supporting parents.
Usually her mother is at Seton. You'll see her mother, Darlene, is a ball girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's there. Darlene was used to play women's softball back in the day when you were playing up at the South Acres there
Okay. So we're going back a few years ago.
a few years ago.
Just a few. And I see that you still cover those games.
A few.
And I see Mad Dog Castine
Yeah.
back in the championship circle again.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing post 16. I thought he was doing like Dragoons or something. I didn't know he was the manager of post 16, 19.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now there's a guy that loves the sport. After all these
He
years,
was
still doing
out
it.
of it for a while and just had to come back a few years ago, and he's there to stay, I think.
I mean, and he gets into it. I mean, I
Yeah.
haven't seen him recently.
Not like he used to, but he still takes it very serious, but not as.
But he understands the game, and he does try to motivate his team with that big booming voice of his.
Well, he was probably involved when you first started playing softball in the Sunday League, I imagine.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. He always called the Sunday League the training grounds for the other leagues. That's
the minor leagues or whatever.
that's what he called. Yeah, that's where we started. I mean, Mad Dog always said we knew when we played you guys that you were fundamentally sound, and we were. I mean, when you look at the defense, we weren't offensive threat as those guys were, but defensively we could hold our own. Well, we talked about this before. Back then, you had games that were 7-5 and 4-2 and
Right.
3-1. Now they're 35-32, and so I mean, it's a whole different game now than when we played.
Although the league going to their own bats this year cut down on that.
Oh, what happened?
Adirondack Slow Pitch League bought 8 bats, 4 for each field, and
They want these super hype bats.
No, and that's what all you could use was those 4 bats.
Oh, really?
So after your half inning, the umpires would bring the bats over to the other dugout, and the other team would use them.
Really?
Yeah.
And
So that's why you.
So that's why the scores were somewhat down this year.
Yeah. I mean, the good home run hitters are still going to hit them because the ball's lively and the bats are still a lot better than what they used to be. But you don't have the super bats and the illegal bats.
Well, you put those bats, and if they went back to the old Dudley balls like we used to use, I don't think Dudley's in business anymore, but when we used, and they weren't restricted, they were just your normal softballs.
Yeah.
Then your true home run hitters got them, and guys that had no business hitting home runs didn't hit them.
Right.
But that's softball. I mean, I mean, I always marveled at the original Barcombs team, how they could move runners. They'd play ball, move runners, hit behind the runner, sacrifice them over, because they knew every run meant something.
Yeah. Yeah, they were a carryover from the Knights of Columbus team, which started out as the Maitland Brothers team and evolved.
And then you had the newer version of the Barcombs team when the Champlain Slow Pitch League disbanded. Then there was a new crop of, I won't say, well, a new crop of Barcombs players. We'd all played obviously for years, but
Yeah, you guys were Sportabout.
we were sport about, yeah.
And then Bill Bayshard had his Crossroads team, or
The Crossing,
Crossing, I mean, not
Yeah.
Crossroads, Crossing.
yeah. That's when softball was softball, Calvin. So, see, as the years have gone by, soccer's gotten better and softball's gone downhill. Now, the softball players listening to this will say, "Whoa, well, let's get Trombley back on the." Well, it won't be much of a match. You got me back out there, but
Well, you don't have the number of players. It's not at the.
well, they got quite a few teams in that West Plattsburgh League.
Yeah, but we had enough teams up our way here to have
Oh,
a full league. You know.
well, you had the Sunday League, you had the Champlain League here.
Yeah, like Champlain League, you know, we
Champlain.
had enough to have our own league. Now you wouldn't have enough players to make a league up here.
Oh no. But even the Sunday League's still pretty big, I hear.
Well, not as much as it used to be. Their numbers were down this year.
Oh, they were finally.
Yeah.
I mean, the Davisons, after 5 decades, are calling it quits.
Yeah, most of them aren't playing.
Okay.
They didn't have a team this year. Most of them weren't playing.
But that's been quite a story in itself. The Davison boys playing
Yeah.
for, well, into their 50s.
Yeah, in the last 2 years, nobody from the league. Last year, the Davisons didn't make the finals, so nobody informed me about the finals. So I'm not gonna. I got enough to do. I don't need to.
Well, yeah. Well, how would you know?
Well, I could have figured it out if I kept calling people.
Well, yeah.
Why should I have to call people?
Oh, here's an opportunity.
And this year, again, nobody called me, so I didn't worry about it. More than happy to be there, but
Well, I mean, after 29 years, people know well enough to call you with their schedule if they want to get some exposure. You would think.
no, I think people just expect that I'm going to show up.
Well, if you know about it,
Yeah.
maybe. But I know, you sent me the agenda for, I think, September and October games that you felt you could be here or not be here. And here the Eagles are leading 2-0 as Calvin and I were kibitzing going back in the old days of the softball leagues. And those were definitely yesteryear now for us.
Well,
But
back,
they were good times.
back in that original Knights of Columbus team, Derek Badette's father, Dick Badette, was the pitcher.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, remember the Father's Day tournament? That was a big event up north.
Dick Letourneau's Father's Day tournament? No, definitely.
Oh, I mean, that's what you did up north. I mean, if you weren't playing, you were watching.
Yeah.
And they brought teams in from all over.
Oh, yeah. All over Montpelier, all over the area.
Montreal. It was good softball.
Yep.
And the games were at the old Elm Street field, the elementary school field. They were at the school up by the bus garage, and of course at the boat mart.
Yep. And before that, at the park, what they call it, the Rutland Yard.
Oh, that was in Rouse's Point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before Delgar's
Yeah,
built there.
yeah. Before they expanded. I mean,
Yeah.
they were there, but yeah, before they expanded. And then they moved those lights over to the high school. And then eventually those lights, most of them, I think, were gotten rid of. I think Badette put in, Dick Cole put in pretty much his own lights.
Yeah, so the Beaumont wasn't the first one to have lights then.
No,
I didn't realize that.
no, the Rutland lot had lights.
So they did play night games, obviously.
Oh yeah. Yeah, North Hero used to play the night game because that's when they could make it down. So North Hero was the 9 o'clock game. And,
And it was good softball.
yep.
Yeah, but Derek's dad pitched. Yeah, he was the pitcher. And it is Clara Giroux. It goes off of Barcombe. Barcombe chips it into Seton territory. And it goes off of Gagnon. Shelby Gagnon with some nice speed. Has it knocked away, and it's picked up by Rasmussen. Up over to Spittler. Trying to find Rasmussen. And it is Barcombe. And it's knocked back into Knockbauer, knocks it back into Chazy territory. And it is Pepper. Pepper being challenged by Bashaw. And Reynolds going on the far side trying to keep it in. So we have just under 30 minutes to go. Chazy still leading 2-0 on those first half goals. First one on a beauty from Hannah Lauren, and the second one on Courtney Gilmore, ready to check into the game. She got the second goal on another beautiful shot. Oh, and there's the head by Gagnon, and goes off the end line, and Courtney Gilmore, who had the second goal, just checking into the game. And coming out of the game, it looks to be Olivia Blaze. You can always tell Olivia with those nice bright orange pumpkin soccer shoes there. Far sideline on to Clara Giroux's foot. She heels it back up to Spittler, and it goes off of Spittler's foot, but she stays with it. And back to Giroux. Push it. Some nice ball movement here by the Knights, but Abby Snide is there for the Eagles, and she just sends it up, so it'll be a throw in here for Seton. Chazy out shooting the Knights 10-3. Corner kicks favor the Eagles 2-1. And on the scoreboard, it's 2-0 Chazy here on this 13th of October 2012. We are a week away left into the season, and then it will be playoff time. And that's where it gets really exciting. The play picks up, Calvin. I don't care what league or whether it's softball, baseball, or whatever. Everything picks up when it comes playoff time.
Do or die.
And Chazy trying to get another shot off here. And, oh, nice effort by Lauren. And it just goes over the net. But the intensity definitely picks up when it comes to playoffs.
Well, the intensity certainly does, because one mistake and your season could end.
Yeah. And probably more so, it means more for the seniors, knowing that it could be their last game.
Yeah.
Putting on that uniform. And it's Polonsky sending it into Seton territory.
And only one school at each level will win their last game of the season.
That would be true. Of the season, yeah. Well, there's how many divisions down at the Final Four? You got AA, B, C, and D. So what? 5 divisions. So there's 10 schools on that final day in November.
Girls.
Yeah, boys and girls. Yeah. So you have 5 schools out of the state win their season with a W.
Right.
And that doesn't happen often.
No. So 99% of the schools will end their season on a loss.
Yes, they will. But back in the day, in your day and my day, when the season got done, it got done.
Yeah, season's over.
That was. Did they do playoffs back then? It's just pretty much the season, wasn't it?
Yeah, once in a while you'll see something where, like I look at the basketball and you go to the basketball sectionals. Sometimes they have the history. And you look back into the 70s and there are some champions, but you'll have Willsboro as an A champion. So it wasn't a state championship type of situation.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You might have won it in your section, but that was it. You didn't advance.
Right.
And how they decided A, B, C back then, I really don't know, because like I said, you can see a Willsboro as an A or a Westport.
Right. And this Pombrio getting by the defense, sending it across. Gilmore sending it back across. Reynolds trying to get a shot off. Reynolds, oh, what a shot by Megan Reynolds from about 22 yards. She just picked that corner, and you knew she placed it. She saw where she wanted to go. And, you know, an excellent sweeper. They put her up on offense for the second half, and just like that, Calvin, she finds the back of the net. So it's 3. And Courtney Gilmore gets the assist to Megan Reynolds. So Gilmore has a goal and an assist. Reynolds stepping up from the defensive end to the offensive end and scores. So it's now 3-0 Chazy. Headed.
Not much Ryan could have done with that. I mean, that was perfect.
Oh, that was side net.
Yeah.
From 22 yards out. I mean, that's.
Aren't many boy keepers that were tall enough to save that either, you know.
Not many guys would make that shot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
I mean,
guy's shot, yeah.
The shot, but no.
Make that stop, it just.
That was just a beautiful.
Yeah.
And she didn't rush it. She just picked her corner and she bent it.
Yep.
Just nicely done. So, I mean, Megan Reynolds is an offensive weapon. She's a defensive weapon here for the Eagles, and we're seeing both of it tonight. Saw her defensively in the first half, and then, of course, seeing her offensively here in the second half. So Ryan is off the line, and she does her punt. And Spittler sends it high in the air, goes off the head of Polomsky, and Spittler gets the ball away from Latchmore. She pushes it back to Regan, or Egan, I should say. And Seton Catholic on the far sideline has it knocked away. 24 minutes to go here.
Mark up! Turn!
Off the head of Pepper. Coming over his... major collision there.
You can hear them hit.
Yeah, they didn't even see each other.
Nobody's hurt. It's amazing.
Wow, they both got up too. That was quite a collision between Abby Snyder. Who's the one that got
11.
hit? Number 11. So that would be Basha. Both lucky girls on that one, Calvin.
Yeah.
And we have Durgan, Christina Durgan, checking into the game. Coming out of the game is Caitlin Rasmussen. And it's Latchmore. Some space. Trying to get it to Stephanie Gagno. And Gilmore with the ball. Making a move, getting by Knockbauer. Sends it up, trying to find Reynolds. Reynolds pushing it through. Nice push through. And what a goal. And that would have been Lauren on a nice feed from Reynolds. And again, Reynolds sees the whole field out there, and she saw the defense collapse. She saw Lauren open to the right. She just slid it through to her, and Lauren finished it off. So it's now 4-0 with 23:06 to go.
Now, is Hannah the leading scorer for Chazy? Or do you recall?
It could be her or Reynolds.
Well, I'm just wondering if, you got brother and sister.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not sure. I'll ask Coach here in a second. Actually, I'll ask her now.
Number 2021, and assisted by number 7,
Wait.
Hey. Coach, who's your leading scorer? Is it Hannah? Or is it?
Coach, I'm picking out this one. It's gonna be
Either her or Megan. We're trying to figure it out.
come on, come on.
We're trying to figure out who the leading scorer for Chazy is, and Coach Trombley's on it.
You'll have to use your Press Republican app and
Well, yeah, I don't have time to do that, but yeah, I could probably do that. Actually, I gotta download that.
because every Wednesday they update it lately.
Is it Wednesday or Tuesdays?
Yeah, either Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah. I think the 8th, 15th, I think. 8, no, I can't remember now.
It'll be in this coming week.
Give me a couple minutes, we're gonna figure it out. I have it all to NAC, but
Okay. Again, this is just the in-depth knowledge you get at Hometown Cable, and we're working hard to get that for you.
That's lack of knowledge.
Yeah, our in-depth lack of knowledge, yes. And there's the punt to midfield. Latchmore controlling. Pushing it back over to Latchmore, Courtney Gilmore. She tried to find Reynolds. Courtney switching fields all the way over to Shelby Gagno. Gagno sends it up. And it's cleared out by the Knights. Gagno with the ball, taking it away from number 11, Bashaw. Bashaw knocks it out of bounds. We have some wholesale changes here. We have 5, 11, and 19. So we have Heidi Krekel. We have Martiza St. John's Leicester. And we have Kaylee Laporte checking in the game here for the Eagles. Coming off is Lauren with 2 goals. We have Pepper coming off and Abby Snide coming off.
so the next game after NAC is who?
Ball knocked out of bounds.
You see what I did?
And Gagno battling. Stephanie Gagno wanted to get a shot off, and she goes down. And we have 19 minutes here left in the game. Chazy has matched their total in the second half from the first half. They were ahead 2-0 at the half. It's now 4-0. And it is Latchmore. So if the Lady Eagles can hang on, Calvin, they beat Willsboro last night 3-0. And if they can hang on here and win, whether it's 4-0 or 5-0 or whatever,
Or 4-3 or whatever.
4-1, 4-2, whatever, it would be a good weekend.
Yeah.
You didn't let me finish my train of thought there. You jumped right
Well,
in.
you kept doing the zeros for,
Well, you know, that's what it is right now.
but your speculation was always increasing Chazy's and
I just didn't get a chance to go over to see. Of course, thank you for reminding me of that.
it is the Seton side who gave me some money before the game. That's all.
That was true.
Yeah.
That
Looks
was
like
true.
she got hit right in the nose.
I didn't see that.
Or
And we're back to the action here. And Kenan Latchmore comes off the field, and she's being looked after by the coaches and family. And off camera, they think that she was so close to the ball that she might have a concussion, is what they're thinking. So we have a corner kick here for the Eagles. It's a short kick. There's the deflection off the defense, no, off of Chazy, so it will be a goal kick here for Seton with 17:36 to go.
corner kick.
That was a corner kick. Okay. That's a handball. He's calling it.
Stop the clock.
Stop the clock. The coaches can't believe they called that with a 4-0 game. But so they're giving it to Stephanie Gagno.
It's a handball. It's a handball, whether it's 0-0. What you don't want it called on is a 0-0 game or a 1-1 game. You know?
Right, yeah.
You don't want a penalty to be a deciding factor.
And actually, a few years ago, it was in the state championship game with 2 minutes and like 10 seconds left.
Went for the 3 points.
John, you'd like to have that opportunity again. I think she's a senior, and they wanted to see her have to get a goal this year. Let me see, 23. Yeah, she's a senior. So the players were hoping she would get one for the scoreboard. And it's Barcombe. Barcombe getting the shot off. And it just skips by the goalie, which is Bashaw. Bashaw stepped into the net. Ryan wasn't feeling well, so she came out of the game. So corner kick here for the Eagles. Big booming kick. And it's Gilmore with the ball. Pushes it up over to Pepper. Pepper trying to send it back through. And it's a corner kick. Badette was right there to see it. And it's a goal kick now. So we have 16:03. The shots favor Chazy 14-3. Corner kicks 6-1. And on the scoreboard, they lead 4-0 in this Division II of the Northern Soccer League. Is that what they call it?
Yep.
Northern Soccer League. No more MVAC, CVAC.
Not in soccer.
Not in soccer, and they don't play like the MVAC plays. You know, the MVAC championship game that's gone away with.
I think it's particularly now that the B schools are playing their double headers like they were in the past with the JVs.
Right.
I think it's working. I think this is a
format
good
is
idea.
working very well, and I think it's good travel time for all the teams and competition wise.
Yeah.
You know, in the Division I, it's all the bigger schools who are obviously very competitive against each other, and Division III, it's all the smaller schools. They're being very competitive.
And they're mainly Southern.
Right, mainly the Southern teams, and then Gagno just misses another opportunity. And Division II is really has the mixture of C and D together, which makes better competition for the D schools playing C schools.
Right.
So it's been a great format. And then when you go to the playoffs, then whatever level you're at, you go to that level for the playoffs. Like you said earlier, Seton and Lake Placid will go into the C champ, the playoffs.
Right.
So playing Seton and Lake Placid has been good for Chazy this year.
Certainly. Well, even if you like Placid, if you end up losing, well, so what?
Right. Exactly. And you played a good team. You learn from that.
Yeah.
They're probably quicker, a little stronger than what they'll normally see in the Class D level, and that can only make you a better team.
Right.
And Gilmore knocks it off. Oh, actually, Gilmore takes it out. It's Giroux trying to send it up, taken by Polomsky. Polomsky's got space. Polomsky working their way to the 18. Polomsky trying to get a shot off. And it goes to Bashaw. 13:21 to go.
Of course, with the keeper out, Seton is now out of subs. They only had one sub on the bench.
Yeah, there is no subs.
So they put in a good game considering that they had nobody on the bench.
Oh, they've done well, and one of their top stars, Madison Renane's not here tonight. So, no, Seton has nothing to hang their hat on, that's for sure.
No.
To be ashamed of. And in fairness to Seton, Chazy's at full strength. Well, Hack has been out.
Yeah.
But they are the defending two-time state champions. So, you know, that they're putting up a good effort here tonight.
And we're going to, during the Northeastern Chazy JV game earlier today, we mentioned that we'd like to see the Chazy and Northeastern boys play, and I think we'd like to see the Chazy and Northeastern girls play
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
soccer too. So
Absolutely would.
we want to put that out there, and
Hopefully the coaches will
Yeah.
see this and try to put those games together. I
there's
mean,
really no reason not to.
hey, the communities would love to see it. I think the players would love to do it. It would be, there'd be, at least in the early, going to be a lot of interest in that game
Oh yeah.
because of the two great programs.
Well, back when NAC was really powerful and NAC and Northeastern boys would play, that you'd have 5-6 people deep at the lines all around the field.
Right. And I'm sure they were, what's the word I want to say? Very much into the game, the fans.
Yes, very much.
And you'd have that here. You wouldn't have a seat available in the stands, and that whole fence line would be full.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind. And of course, at Northeastern, you'd have the bleachers filled, but they'd be standing on the sidelines too. And here goes Gilmore.
And what would really make it ideal would be to have a boy-girl doubleheader, and all the money they took in went to hometown cable. Now that would be ideal.
Well, you know, we'll get the word out there, Calvin. You know, it'd be a night of support for hometown cable.
There you go.
Anybody from the concession stands would go. They'd have a gate of $5 a person. And that'd be a good night for hometown cable.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get that going. Calvin, if you had that game going, you'd have 500 people here, 500 fans here, I would think. Between both towns?
Oh yeah, and you'd have other people come too.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I think I'm being conservative on that number. Oh. There's an interest for that.
Yep.
There's definitely an interest. And as the coaches dissect this tape here, at least Karen will hear this one. So maybe we'll spark her to make a phone call to, who's the coach down there?
Tim Supernaw.
Tim Supernaw.
I'm sure Tim would go along with it.
Why not?
Guys, this is getting ridiculous.
And the ball works its way off the end line.
I do it. In the Hulk.
Well, the EMTs are here. They're attending to.
I didn't hear any.
No
sirens.
whistle. No, and Corey Thompson is one of the EMTs here, so I'm sure. They feel more comfortable when they have a face they know.
Yeah.
And it's Stalker, Bailey Stalker into the game. Trying to find Bailey Pepper. So we have the Baileys into the game, Stalker and Pepper. As well as Kelly Basher has checked into the game. And the ball goes on to the foot of Spittler. 7:53 to go. Drew getting a shot off, and it goes wide right. Jason Fenner says that better be a shot. You know, it's funny how I always thought a shot, I mean, if it's a shot, it's a shot. If it's wide, it goes wide. So, I mean, if you look at the board and it said 20 shots, goalie made 9 saves, and there was no score, that means 9 shots were on net and 11 went wide. Is how you would read that. But some schools just put the shots actually on net.
Yeah, which is wrong.
Right. And it's got to be a legit shot.
But I know from being in the score booth at Northeastern that most of the kids keeping the book really don't know. So they're always asking, what's a shot?
Guys, this girl's not fun.
So is the ambulance taking her away, or what's the...
Yep.
She's leaving in the ambulance. Okay.
She will be going in the ambulance. But the parents are there and they're smiling and stuff, so I think they feel things are definitely under control. But you know, it's a lot of precautionary stuff that you have to take,
Well,
especially with a head injury.
yeah.
So you definitely want to err on precaution.
Yeah.
For sure. And you know, it's in the mid-40s. You take a ball to the head, like oh, there's the whistle. The ambulance is just getting here. They always send two ambulances. So we have 5:26 to go here, and the Eagles are definitely in control of this game, and the coaches for Seton are saying, hey girls, we got 5 minutes left, keep playing hard. This game's not over till it's over. And Jason Fenner is coaching right to the end, so that's a sign of a good coach. Of course, he was taught well here, going to Chazy as an alumni.
Yeah. And his father coached here.
Yeah, he coached basketball, if I remember right.
Yep.
And baseball. Did Doran do baseball too?
Yeah, Doran played at Plattsburgh State. He was a teammate of Tom Chapin, if memory serves me right.
Baseball.
Tom Chapin in basketball.
So Doran played basketball
Yeah,
for Plattsburgh State?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. The musical Mr. Chapin.
Yes.
Yes. Well, yeah, Tom Chapin, the musician.
Drafted by the Celtics. And
Chapin was?
yeah. For a while until Parker came along, he was the rebounding record at Plattsburgh State.
No kidding. I'm learning a lot here on Hometown. Again, in-depth, provocative information coming from Hometown Cable. Well, we're approaching the 4-minute mark here, Calvin. And it's been a good weekend for the Chazy girls. Between last night's victory over Willsboro 3-0. And now 4-0, at least now. I don't know if it'll stay that way with Seton Catholic. And Tuesday, a big game looming. Lake Placid is coming to the George Brendler Field. And in league play, that is the only blemish on Chazy's record. They do have an earlier loss in the Mary Latchmore Be the Match soccer tournament that started this season. They lost to PHS 3-1, a very strong PHS team. And so they have 2 losses this year, but They are ranked, as you would expect at the state level, being the defending two-time champions. And I think they're ranked number 2 or 3. They are behind Remsen, who they came back in dramatic fashion last year in the semifinals at the state level, Final Four, where they were trailing 3-1 with 10 minutes left. Came back to tie that game and then won it in a penalty kick because they couldn't score in the overtime, so they went to penalty kicks, and the girls prevailed, and of course they went on to win the state championship for the second year in a row.
So you're saying that Tuesday night, every Chazy fan worth their salt will be here then, right?
Well, if they're true fans, Calvin.
The ones who aren't playing pool will be here.
I'll be here for the first half. I will be here for the first half. But I do have to leave for the second half. So I'm half of a Chazy fan. Are you going to be here?
It's not on my schedule.
Calvin. It's Lake Placid to Chazy.
Northeastern PHS.
Oh, they're playing too?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a good game too.
Well, not. Yeah, it should be girls. If it's girls here, it should be girls then too.
And there's the goal. Spittler with a hard shot. And that was 2:02 to go. And the fan base, they love it.
A lot of Paige Spittler fans here.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Well, good for her. That was a nice hard shot. It was Clara Drew with the assist, just right around the 2-minute mark, so it's 4-1 on a beautiful goal by Spittler. Paige Spittler hit a bomb into the upper left-hand corner.
I think they found a new spot for Hannah Lauren. I think
Yep.
she was made to be ball girl.
Yeah, Hannah's doing a good job. She scored 2 goals tonight. Now she'll be ball girl now for a while.
Number 19, Clara Jordan.
You like threw off the mic.
Oh, push from behind.
Spittler is not done yet.
No, she wants another one.
She has good speed. She plays basketball for my daughter's team at Seton.
Numbers look good this year for them too.
Well, they don't have big numbers, but they played hard. They had a decent team, and they won the sportsmanship award from the referees.
That's good. It's always a nice award. So we have 34 seconds here left to go. So Chazy will win tonight. It's 4-1. And I'm just thankful there was no win here tonight, Calvin, because it makes the night manageable doing a game like this. So we're at the final 10 seconds here.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And this game is officially in the books. Chazy beating Seton Catholic 4-1. Seton scoring late with about 2 minutes left on a Paige Spittler bomb into the upper left-hand corner. So Chazy having a good weekend. They beat Willsboro last night 3-0. They beat Seton 4-1 tonight. A short-handed Seton team, we might add.
Short-footed.
Short-footed, yes, short-footed. That's a better terminology for it. Calvin will get the handshakes here, and it is the 13th of October, 2012, on a beautiful fall night here at the George Brendler Field. Chazy 4, Seton 1. I'm Joey Trombley, Calvin Castine on the camera. And as Calvin likes to say, that's the way it was in beautiful